All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome to another live unboxing of this. So, I'm just gonna grab something, crack it open. Any of y'all that joined me, welcome. Technical difficulties here in the morning, getting everything set up. Not sure where best to put this camera. Here, maybe? So this is this is the Diecast Mark V. And so I have the original Mark V, only one of them. That has been historically a difficult figure to get a hold of. And if there was ever one that really needed a diecast made of it, that was definitely it. So I was really pleased when they made the announcement that they were going to be making a diecast Mark V. And in comparison, here's my original Mark V. And here, keep this guy available. I made for him a helmet. Because the original did not come with a faceplate helmet, so I made one. Traditional diecast box here. Let's see who's responsible for this. It says head painter JC Hong. Maybe they've given us a head sculpt this time. Get the stuff in the back first. We have another suitcase. Let's see if there's any difference. I have a feeling that some of this stuff is going to just be reissue from the original. Now I do see getting a new figure base. I don't know if that's supposed to be a road. It doesn't look like the inside of his garage. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe the track at Monaco? I think that's what it is. It's supposed to represent the track at Monaco. It's kind of textured, but there's no detail in the texturing. And it has like 2 levels there. Like, I don't know why they did that. First time I've seen a figure stand exactly like this. So in the first one also it came with a set of handcuffs, because remember Happy had him handcuffed, and I don't see any here in the special accessories. And these look like they came from the same mold. And the paint is almost the same. The red looks pretty much identical, but this one is definitely a more silvery silver on that briefcase. Or, it's not a briefcase, it's really how the figure comes, or the suit came to him, right? Oh, and we have this extra arm. This is the battle damaged arm. I'll have to get my battle damaged arm out of my little file system. Automatically this feels beefier than this arm does. So right off the bat, I could tell the difference. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the shoulder piece is larger, definitely. The bicep is thicker. So it's definitely a beefier figure automatically, looking at this. The hand appears to be similarly incised. Definitely a beefier arm right off the bat. Right off the bat. Also, looking at these battle damage pieces, I don't remember these battle damage pieces being... I really should go get those other pieces. Let me go do that. Take me just a quick second. In the other room. Hopefully he'll stand up. He has weak knees and weak thighs. Stay. So there's obviously more battle damage on that arm than this arm. There's the came with a spread open and a grasping hand there originally, and what is this? So here's a fist. From the new one. Oh, so this was the original battle damage chest piece. And on the chest piece, in a normal Iron Man, they attach like this. On the Mark V, it actually attaches like this. And this time, they've given us 3 separate pieces. For the battle damaged chest piece. And a cracked lens for the arc reactor. Well, that's not cracked. It's a regular lens. So let's get him out of the box. Throw this over here. Ken, hey, how you doing? Only 2 watching now. I guess maybe everyone's tired of the Mark V. They've probably seen all the views. So we actually have a head sculpt this time. We didn't get anything last time, if I remember correctly. And this is a really good looking head sculpt. J.C. Hong did this one, according to the credits. My camera's cooperating with me. Last week, I don't think the camera was cooperating well. So this is a head and neck. And this will fit on any of the newer figures. It won't fit on the original. First 6. 1 through 6 use a different, or 2 through 6 use a different head and neck of the original ones. 7 and up pretty much use all the same connections after that. So there's that. And I'm really loving the likeness of this. They're amazing what they've done. So this would have been when he was much younger. So this was what, 2010 I think was the movie for this one. And then we get our regular hands that we get with the traditional Iron Man. A couple of repulsor hands. A couple of articulated hands where they're jointed at each finger and the thumb, so you can move those about. And we can see a total size comparison between the two. It's almost like little brother, big brother. I mean, it's huge, the size comparison here. I mean, it's absolutely insane. The question that I'm asking myself now is, will my head sculpt fit on this? Let's do a comparison of face masks. Or the helmets, actually. All right, big size difference there. Big size difference. Wow. It's almost like a, a 1/12 scale figure and a 1/11 scale figure. or I mean, excuse me, a 1/6 scale figure and a 1/7 scale figure. It's crazy in regards to how much bigger this is. This is insane. So you can see where I had to drill that out. And so now we're back to the dilemma of the first 5 having the different configuration. The light bulb was actually in the neck, so you turned them on by putting a battery in there, and then you flip the switch here, which would light up the neck, and then the eyes would shine through that. So if I wanted to use that head, I would have to use this neck. I don't know if that'll fit on there. It does, but it looks very wrong. I mean, that doesn't look right at all. That looks totally messed up. Something's very wrong with that. Don't know if you guys can see that. That's not right at all. That's definitely very wrong. So they won't be doing that. So what this gives me now the opportunity to, or look at how he's fading out here. This gives me now the opportunity to display one perfect condition and one battle damaged. God, this really looks great. They really did it right this time. This was definitely one that needed to be reworked. No doubt about that. Hey, feels great. I'm wondering if all of these silver pieces are die cast. So in the original one, these shifted out of the way. Get you to stand up there. Why aren't you standing up? What in the world? He doesn't want to just stand. He wants to fall forward. So I'm thinking we possibly have a problem with the ankles on this guy. One of the things I want to test is how well they just stand. Just stand him up. If I'm just setting him, he doesn't seem like he really wants to stand. He's literally wanting to fall clean over forward. That's a problem. That is definitely a problem. That kind of sucks. So let's see. We have this flap here. That kind of pivots out of the way. So I'm going to move on. I'm about through with this right now. I'll have to discover him later. But there's your size comparison, and definitely we have an ankle problem with this guy. He doesn't want to, he literally is willing to fall forward too easily. That's a major, major problem. If I don't get him just right, it doesn't take anything for him just to fall clean forward. That's not good. I don't remember seeing that on any of the other diecast figures. So that's not cool. I know he has a lot of really neat features. I know a lot of these pieces open up. But I'm not going to explore how he works on a live video. I'll do that later. I want to open up one of these Hulks. These are not Hot Toy Hulks. I don't know what they are, to tell you the truth. Get these guys over here for right now. So the only Hulk I have from Hot Toys is the Age of Ultron Hulk. And then I have a Bruce Banner. I don't know if you guys know what this is. That's all it says on it. There's really no name on it. This is what it says on the bottom. And it doesn't really say who actually makes this figure. Maybe you guys know what this is, but I don't. I don't know who made this. And so this is an Avengers Hulk. Which I didn't have before. And his green is definitely green. No doubt about that. Let me get my Age of Ultron Hulk so we can do a comparison. Size-wise, he's bigger. Color-wise, he's greener. His head is larger too. So this is kind of good, I guess, because, as you can imagine, Hulk grows. So this could be... Ooh, he's much lighter. Let's get these guys in here, out of the way. So as Hulk grows, if these were the same color, that would be great. Could be like the Ant-Man thing. It's not that much smaller. Again, it's kind of like the Mark V diecast to the Mark V original size comparison. And this is unfair, really, also as well, because I have him in his Rage Hulk Smash arms up pose. I've got the other one in a box I'm not going to dig out right now. I've got the other non-Hot Toys Hulk figure. Let's see what this is. This is a similar thing. I'm assuming this is the Age of Ultron version because of that. And again, I don't know who makes this. It just says Superhero Series Doll. Doesn't say who the manufacturer is of this figure. There's the bottom of it, just like on the other one. So, let's see what this is. I've been wanting to get these out. I wanted to have extra Hulks, so I wish he wasn't as green, though. And I'm no painter. I thought I was. I'm no painter. There's people out there that really are talented in their work. In regards to painting, yeah, I'm not one of them. Thought I was, I'm not. So similar packaging, just a bunch of bubble wrap wrapped around the figure here. And I tell you, it's funny. The outside picture was Age of Ultron. This is not Age of Ultron. This is another Avengers Hulk, and he's green. I mean, he's green, and he's huge. This looks like, dare I say, a quarter scale, and I'm not familiar with the NECA quarter scale figures. Is it possible this is a NECA Hulk? You guys know? This guy's a monster. Jeez. I have a feeling that's a quarter scale figure. So I've got different Hulks, no doubt about it. And you can see the realism that a Hot Toys figure has. Man, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's do this. That's the best way to do this. No neck pivot. So that's this figure, the Hulk head. His teeth are just a white, jumbled up mess in there. And his eyes don't look real at all. Compared to, honest to goodness, real live Hot Toys figure. There we go. How's that? I'm hand holding it now, guys. I'm sorry. There's a Hot Toys head sculpt, and there's a, I don't even know, head sculpt, and there's the baby Hulk head sculpt. So I didn't pay much for those guys. They were definitely under $100 each of them, if I remember correctly. And it falls into the category of get what you pay for. And they work. They're obviously Hulk, articulated. You have older shoulder and wrist and knee and ankle articulations. It's the original Avengers movie with the brown pants, which is what we see Dr. Banner wearing if you were to buy the Hot Toys figure. He's green, no doubt about that. And I don't have a problem with him being this green. It's just not the green that the Hot Toys made. So he's not a consistent green with my collection. So that's the only problem with that. So I'll probably pose him nonetheless. I was wanting to get one that I could pose against my Hulk Buster, and one I could just pose with my Age of Ultron Avengers group, and one that I could pose with my Avengers group. So I have that, I guess. I suppose I'll put this with my Hulk Buster. That doesn't make any sense. It's the only thing I can do. I really need another Age of Ultron figure, don't I? So I can fight him against my Hulk Buster. I don't know. Kind of disappointed, kind of not. Kind of happy still nonetheless. But I wish he was different shade of green. The size is good with me. I don't mind the size difference at all. I really don't. Because, again, Hulk grows. He hulks. That's his thing. The Hulk gets larger. The Hulk gets smaller. I could then, in a sense, possibly believe that as he got angrier, maybe he would get bigger. And so this gives me an opportunity to show him in multiple stages of Hulkness. And you know what I also want to open up? I have these 1/9 scale Ant-Man figures here. Hot Toys promised us a Yellowjacket, which we never received, probably never will receive. I want to open this up. King Art's 1/9 scale figures are really, really good from what I've seen on the videos. And these are my only King Arts figures that I can think of. I have a few Marvel Selects. So this will be the first opening up of a King Arts figure. And I bought these again because, well, first off, I was really hoping that they would do the Yellowjacket as they promised. And they have not yet. Will they ever? More than likely not. It seems to be the way things are done. If a figure gets pushed back this far, you can pretty much consider it gone. But my opinion is that if you don't have a bad guy, what's the point in having a good guy? I mean, I don't mean what's the point in having a good guy. I just mean in order for a hero to become a hero, he has to have done something heroic. In order to do something heroic, there has to be a time of need that requires heroism. And if you don't have anybody that causes a crisis, then you can't have a hero. So Ant-Man without an adversary, you can't really call him a hero. So you have to have your bad guys. You have to have your Darth Vader to your Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense at all. Comes with a lot of, what in the world are these batteries? Those batteries are super small. Comes with a lot of accessories. This is really cool. And again, it goes back to what I've seen on the videos of King Arts figures, that they're essentially, they put as much time and effort in their series, it seems, that Hot Toys does with theirs, at least that much effort. And it's almost like you're getting a little miniature version of what Hot Toys did. And in this case, it's the only version you get. And that's the other thing too about King Arts. especially in like the Iron Man line, they've made a lot of the figures that Hot Toys has not made yet, or they make them quicker. All right, so this feels very vinyl-y compared to the hard plastic I'm accustomed to with Hot Toys figures. It's probably the wrong way to take that out. The batteries and the little arm pieces just literally just tanked on the ground there. Really like this yellow color on him. That looks really, really good. That is almost a metallic chromish, if you will. I like that. And I am definitely going to have to read the instructions on this guy for two reasons. One, I know nothing about King Arts figures. Two, I know nothing about this figure. But all this feels vinyl, PVC-ish. Unlike the Hot Toys figures, they feel like hard plastic. And this, it's hard plastic, it's just vinyl. I don't have a problem with that either. That's really loose. Right there. The hip joints are really loose. I like the little head there. It's like a clear plastic over the eyes. That's cool. I'll definitely have to do a review of this. I need to get back onto my actual reviews. I've got my Mark 6, my Yondu figure sitting over on my review station. And I'm really having a blast with that Yondu figure. Really love that Yondu figure. So this guy's cool. You have these stinger pieces here. One on each side. I mean, there's two of each of these. One for each side. So I'm just showing you those there. You have a lobster claw, and this lobster claw is a little different than how the Hot Toys ones come to you, because you have a little articulated piece right there, which affords even more poses. Because even though this stand, and this is very similar to the Hot Toys one, even though this stand is articulated and can be bent in many positions, I mean, you can wrap it around like a rope almost. It gets to a point where you want to put this in one area, but you still would like to be able to bend this, especially in flight poses. And this guy, obviously, he flies. He's Yellowjacket, like the insect. So this would be good to be able to do that. So that's a little different. I like that. We have a couple of fists here, and then we have a couple of, we have a grasping hand and an open palm hand right here. I have a feeling my other grasping hand may have landed on the floor. Oh, here it is. Thought I picked everything up off of the floor. This is cool. I like how they come to like a point, or, you know, I don't know how to describe it, but they look like how a glove would be made that isn't made to fit your hand like a glove. You know what I mean? They look like it's a metallic hand in regards to the shape of it. And that's cool. He looks like a bad guy. He doesn't look like a good guy. Well, I suppose he could look like a good guy. But he definitely has that, you know, when they designed him, they definitely did a good job making him look like a bad guy. Okay, so we have bicep pivot here, the butterfly joint in the shoulder, no doubt about that. This wiggles a bit. I don't know if this is supposed to come off, and I'm not going to yank it off. I really need to read the instructions on that. That really gets moved around a lot. This is really cool. I like how this can be really positioned around here. Look at that. So we have a ball joint here with a hinge, and a hinge here, forward and back, and then a hinge here. It looks like possibly even another hinge here. Yeah. So we can really get into quite a tight pose there. Serious ankle pivot. I mean, you've got great articulation with him. I mean, great articulation. Look at this. Very weak here. This is very loose at this bottom portion here, and very loose here in the hips. So loose that came out really easy. Looking at that, it's not a real tight created joint there. But I'm probably going to put him in some type of a flight pose, and possibly a battle pose against the my Ant-Man. I was being non-creative and just stacking my Ant-Man up, like from large to tiny. And I think now that I have these two guys, they're going to be definitely fighting. And I say two guys. Let me go ahead and get the other one. His counterpart. So there's the 1/9 Ant-Man. Now it says, this says Diecast. Did it say Diecast on the Yellowjacket? Sure did. I wonder what's Diecast on it. Maybe it's this chest piece. It doesn't feel metal. Nothing really feels metal here. I don't have any idea what on this is die-cast. You guys have any idea at all? So let's get him out of the box. Crash. Oh, look at that. I didn't talk about that base. That's a pretty substantial base there. Funny that it says Ant-Man on it. The Yellowjacket symbol. So it literally just describing the moving instead of what it is. So this was designed, I assume some of these are light up and they're just reusing the style of base. Again, I'm not familiar with the King Arts line. But you can see this is not designed to be opened, but they make something here that lights up. And I don't know. Maybe the Iron Man figures do. I don't know. And this looks like this also, on some of these bases, would open up. But I thought that would say Yellowjacket. Marvel's Ant-Man Yellowjacket, or Yellowjacket from Marvel's Ant-Man. I don't know. I don't know why it just says Ant-Man. But that's definitely Yellowjacket's symbol. There's the Ant-Man. Get you standing back up again. Right to the meat of it. Same thing, very loose hips. See how that wiggles? That's very loose. And again, I don't know what is possibly die cast on here. Maybe this piece? Maybe his helmet? I'm really digging the detail on his helmet. A lot, actually. And I have totally 100% blocked my path to my Ant-Man, guys, way down there in the bottom. I'm not going to dig that out right now. But there he is. Those little Ant-Man guys way down there. Butterfly shoulder joint. Bicep swivel. Elbow hinge. Of course, articulated wrist. Double posing midsection. So on the Hot Toys one, this pops in and out of the helmet. So you can remove the helmet and or put on a different helmet. I don't think that one looks like it's designed to pop in and out. If it does, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to put back in there because it's obviously molded because it moves. But I don't think I'm going to screw with that. I think I'm pretty much going to leave that just like it is. So I don't think none of this is designed to come apart. Right there. And we have ankle pivot. We've got a little toe pivot here. Which is good for doing like superhero landings. A lot of movement there in his foot. Double jointed knee. So you can really get some great poses out of him based off of his joints that he has. And in comparison, the Yellowjacket has the same with the bending toe. I didn't show you that. So you can do the same with that. You can definitely get these guys into some really good superhero poses or battles if you wanted to. No doubt about that. And then his additional accessories. And even a different, again, lobster claw. Oh, a little pair of tweezers. Did they get little tweezers? Sure did. So King Arts gives you some pretty cool little battery installers. I like this. That's neat. Stack your batteries in there. I like this. This is neat. Stack your batteries in there and you push the little plunger to put them into where they belong. Oh, that's cool. I can't tell you how much struggle I've had putting batteries. I've made videos of the struggles I've had putting batteries into Hot Toys figures. Sheesh. That's ingenious. So this lobster claw is smaller than the Yellowjacket one. Which I find interesting. Find that very interesting, actually. These are metal. And forgive me for being so inquisitive over these. It's the first time seeing a King Arts figure, so I'm kind of in surprise or awe. This is a very interesting figure stand base. Look at that. What in the world? Ant-Man. That's pretty cool. Little ants crawling all over it. Oop. What you doing falling over? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little ants crawling on the Ant-Man word. That's pretty cool. And then he comes with, back here. Oh, his little head came off. So there's where you put the batteries at. And that only goes on one way. The magnet literally forces it back the other direction. Try to put it on wrong. Look at that. I'm trying to put it on right. Trust me, I'm not trying to put it on wrong. Tell you that much. That should be right. Why are you fighting it? You don't go this way, do you? That ain't right. What in the world? I can definitely say off of just these two figures, this is really loose. I can definitely say off of these two figures, based off of the detail involved in the creation of this, that I would have no problem collecting King Arts figures if I were to start a new collection. So if I were you and you were like, damn, I really like the Hot Toys because of their detail, I can't afford $300 for a figure. These guys aren't much cheaper. They're over 100. But it's like and as in the size obviously explains too, between like a Marvel Select, which is 1/12, and Hot Toys is 1/6. 1/9 is literally right in between there. So you get a little more detail in the 1/9 figures over the 1/12 figures. And you don't have to pay as much as you would for a 1/6 figure. So it's a good intermediary. And again, I don't have anything else to compare it to other than just these two guys. And I like these guys. And I bought them because Ant-Man, again, is a multi-dimensional, multi-sized figure. He could his character grows and shrinks. I mean, what's he say his maximum height was in Ant-Man and Wasp? I don't remember. 60 feet? I don't remember. That's big. And obviously he can shrink down to nothingness. So he comes with the fists, comes with a relaxed hand, comes with his about to press the button hand, and then comes with a grasping hand. Although there's nothing for him to grasp that I see here in any of the accessories. So that's that. So guys, I don't know. Thanks for stopping in. I don't know how long this video's been playing for. Looks like an hour. And that's about the time they go right before they shut off. So I probably shouldn't get into anything else. I hope you guys like this. Thanks for stopping in and spending some time with me. Next week, I'm taking my Bumblebee Camaro to a function with the Camaro group. So I don't know if you guys care about that, but at 7 o'clock in the morning, I believe I'll be meeting with them because we are going on a cruise. I suppose if you want, I can do a little live video of that. Tell me if you have any interest in that whatsoever. If you don't know, I have a 2010 Transformers Edition Chevrolet created Camaro. It actually came from Chevrolet with the Transformer logos on there. That was a $1,000 option you can get when you buy it back in 2010. Actually, it was $995, and so it's a real licensed Hasbro product. It's my biggest toy, if you will. So that's what I'll be doing next Saturday. So, hey, thanks for watching, guys. Tell me if you like me doing this. If you don't have any interest in it, I'm not going to continue doing it. If you like it, I'm going to keep doing this. Saturday morning seems to be good for me. At 7 a.m. my time. I'm here on the West Coast. And so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Happy collecting.